Picture the United States in the mid-19th century, a country on the brink of a technological revolution. Imagine a time of profound transformation, a period when industries were booming like never before. Factories were sprouting up in the blink of an eye, churning out goods to quench the thirst of a rapidly growing economy. In the midst of this industrial revolution, a need was emerging, a need for a more efficient transportation system. The sprawling landscapes, the vast plains and the towering mountains were a testament to the country's sheer size and diversity. But they also posed a challenge: how to connect the country from coast to coast, to move people and goods swiftly and efficiently. The answer to that challenge was as ambitious as it was necessary. A project of such magnitude that it would forever change the face of the nation. The country was ripe for a grand project, a transcontinental railroad that would unite the nation. In 1862, with the signing of the Pacific Railroad Act, the ambitious project officially began. This groundbreaking legislation not only sanctioned the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad, but also provided federal support in the form of loans and land grants. Two companies, the Central Pacific and the Union Pacific, were given the monumental task of laying down tracks from each coast. The Central Pacific would work eastward from Sacramento, California, while the Union Pacific would start in Omaha, Nebraska, and work its way west. Yet they faced a slew of challenges. The treacherous terrain, comprised of towering mountains, expansive deserts, and mighty rivers, proved to be a formidable adversary. Plus, the ongoing civil war demanded resources and attention, adding to the project's complexity. Despite these challenges, the two companies set off on their monumental task, racing against time and each other. The years that followed were filled with grueling work, incredible feats of engineering, and a fair share of hardships. Let's delve into these challenges and the remarkable triumphs over them. The monumental task began with the laying of the first tracks. Imagine the sheer determination it took to forge ahead, knowing the vast distances that lay ahead. Each rail laid was a step closer to uniting a nation, but the journey was far from easy. Next, the Sierra Nevada stood as a formidable barrier, its peaks reaching to the sky. These mountains were not just a physical obstacle, but a test of resolve. The workers, many of them immigrants and Civil War veterans, took on the task with unwavering dedication. They carved out tunnels, laid tracks on steep inclines, and faced the harsh elements, demonstrating a level of resilience that was nothing short of awe-inspiring. And then there were the Rocky Mountains, a challenge that dwarfed all that came before. Here, the workers faced not only rugged terrain, but also severe weather conditions, but they persevered, their spirits unbroken. Their tenacity was a testament to the human capacity to overcome adversity. These workers, many of whose names we'll never know, turned dreams into reality. Their collective effort, their sweat, their determination, and yes, their triumph over trials is etched into every mile of the Transcontinental Railroad. Through their tireless efforts, the impossible became possible. On May 10, 1869, a golden spike was driven into the ground at Promontory Summit, Utah, marking the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. This was not just another day in history. This was the day the United States became smaller and the world a bit larger. The completion ceremony was a sight to behold. A crowd gathered to witness the historic event, their faces reflecting the joy and pride of a nation united. The sound of the hammer hitting the golden spike echoed across the plains, signifying the end of a monumental journey and the beginning of a new era. With the completion of the railroad, the country was transformed. The arduous months-long journey across the continent was reduced to a mere week. The vast landscapes of the United States were no longer barriers, but became pathways, linking the east and west coasts. Cities grew around the railroad, stimulating economic growth and fostering cultural exchanges. The railroad wasn't just a feat of engineering, it was a testament to the resilience and determination of the American spirit. It symbolized unity, bridging the divide between the East and West. It represented progress, propelling the country into a future of unprecedented growth and prosperity. And most importantly, it made the impossible possible. The Transcontinental Railroad wasn't just about connecting places, it was about connecting people, cultures, and dreams. In the end, it was more than just a railroad. It was a symbol of unity, progress, and the indomitable American spirit.